Okay, so I'm back and I'm going to be showing you adding with place value. And so we have our numbers here, 475 plus 204. And you notice that I have them both ways. And so this is going to be a little refresher on how to do your adding using place value. So the first way that you see that I've done it over here is using our HTO chart. So when using my HTO chart, I'm going to take my first add in here and I'm going to put it into my chart. So I have my 4 flats or my 400s, 7 tens, so 1, 2, 3, 4, I'm sorry, let's recount that, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. And then I have my 5 ones, 3, 4, 5. I like to keep them nice in a straight row so that if I'm checking over my work, I can kind of look right across and say, yep, I have 400, I have 7 tens, and I have 5 ones. So my next add-in is 200. Now again, we are adding, so I'm going to put both of these on the HTO chart. 200, so I'm going to draw my 2 flats. Sorry, it's a little sloppy. I have 0 10, so I'm not putting anything in my 10 column because there's nothing for me to put there. Let me just put that away. And then 4 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, boys and girls, you know that I always like to start off in my ones and I work my way across. So I'm going to go ahead and start off and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So this is a nice problem because I don't have to regroup anything in the next little bundle there. Okay, so now I go to my tens and I count 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 because I had 0 here. So I should have already known that, but I want to check my work. And then the last place is I'm going to go ahead and count my hundreds. So I have 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600. So I have 679. Now, the other way that iReady is showing you with place value, and I think Jake used this a lot, was decomposition or expanded form. So I'm going to go ahead and take 475 and I'm going to expand it. So I have 400 plus 70 plus 5. So I'm basically taking each place value and telling you what it is. So then I'm going to be adding my 204. So I have 200 plus 0 tens plus 4 ones. From here, I'm going to just do kind of like our parents do, just reading or adding it vertically. Sorry, I guess I'm a little busy here with these little emails popping up. 5 plus 4 is 9. 70 plus 0 is 70. And then 400 plus 200 is 600. So when I put those numbers and I add them all back together, I have 679. So notice that you should have the same sum, regardless of which way you do it. Remember, boys and girls in class, this would be how we solve the problem, and then maybe when I went back to check my work, this is how I would solve it. All right, I'm going to give you a problem that requires regrouping now. Okay, so I have my new problem up here, 574 plus 217. So the first thing I have here is my HTO chart, and that's what I'm going to start off with first. So I'm going to start off with my first add-in. So I'm going to put 500, and I'm sorry it's a little sloppy there, and I'm going to put 7 tens, remember, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, and 4 ones. So again, I'm going to kind of cross this off because I have that number there. I'm not scratching it off because I do want to see it later to make sure I have the 5 and the 7 tens and the 4 ones. So now I'm going to go ahead and put, because I'm adding, my 217. So I have my 200, my 110, and my 7, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 ones. So now I've got both of those in my HTO chart, so now it's time for me to add. And this will be a nice little review for everyone at home. So I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I'm going to stop here. I like, again, to put a little circle around it, and I draw an arrow because that means I have a 10 there. and I have only one left over. So now I'm going to count by 10. So I have 10, the one that we just came from here, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. So this is 90, and then I can count my 100. 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700. So I have 791 is the sum for 574 plus 217. I'll kind of put that up here too. Okay, so I rewrote our problem. I put it vertical so that way we can show the expanded form. Again, this is going to be what you are going to be viewing on iReady, okay? So I'm simply going to kind of do exactly what I did here because I'm using place value. So I have 500 plus 7 tens plus 4 1. For 217, I have 2 hundredths plus 1 10 plus 7 1. Same thing as before, I'm going to go ahead and add this down. Again, I like to start always in my ones. So I have 4 plus 7, which is 11, plus 10 and 7 make 80. And then 500 plus 200 is equal to 700. So when I start adding, I can go ahead and say, okay, I have 1, 1, 0, 0. So that's 1. I have 10 plus 8 tens is 9, plus 0 is 9. And then I have no hundredths, 0 hundredths, 7. So I have 7 hundredths. So 791, which is exactly the same total that we got when we did our HTO chart. So regardless of how you are using your place value, whether you're using expanded or HTO, your sum is going to be the same.